All right, welcome back. So today I am out testing for different areas to run my Mojave. Parts are on back order, so I've got the Sledge out here today because it's set up with some speed gearing. So we're going to go ahead and do some testing. GNS. It's powering up with the Sledge. I'm going to get a speed pass. I want to see how long the field is. Oh, and they're mowing the field right now. So that's not going to be good. Looks like they just started mowing this field. So I'm going to head over to the other field. I'm going to try to get a pass on that field while he's mowing this one down, and hopefully by the time I'm done, he's got the field all cut down for us. Remember yesterday I said the field was kind of high. The other field over here says that the field is off use. You can hear the cogging. This has got Traxxas' speed gearing in it. It's the tallest gearing you can get from Traxxas for the Sledge. Showing 12 satellites. And that's why I grabbed the Sledge. Plus, with the suspension on it, it's pretty well balanced. It's got a slow start from Traxxas, so it doesn't take off real high, especially with the tall gearing. And it'll give us some sort of baseline. So I'm going to start this GPS before it gets too far away. Another thing I want to talk about is distance. So start testing. The distance on the GNS starts when I hit testing. When I hit testing, that's when the counter on the GPS starts counting. Now, people were saying that, you know, football field wouldn't be big enough. 300 yards is the average field, which is 900 feet. Well, 900 feet is about what I have here. So I agree, but what I'm looking for is like a double field. So you got to take whatever distance is on that GNS and pretty much cut it in half, because you got to drive out to where you're starting, and then you have to, you know, stop. Then you have to drive back to me. So you take whatever numbers up there and divide it in half, and that's my speed run. So I'm looking for double that distance. All right. Let's try a slow pull on this. Up in a wheel stand. See? Now I started it over there, drove down there, and now I'm driving back to me. It doesn't matter where I'm standing. It's going to be about half whatever distance is, and you can see all the water on it. So we're going to hit stop, read 52 miles an hour, and I was just a little over half trigger on 6S. So I'm going to try to make a complete run with trying to keep this front end down, which is going to be hard. So we're going to hit start. So now it's starting from this point. It zeroed everything out. It's starting from here. Now I got to drive to the start point of my speed run, right? So wherever I start, I drove there. And then I'm going to make a straight line pass. And then I'm going to turn it around after braking, ending the run. And then I got to drive to wherever I'm standing. Even though I'm walking closer to the start line, I still have to drive back to me. And then whatever little driving I do in between. So I found that about half the distance seems to be about average. All right, here we go. I try to make this pass nice and slow. It's still gonna wheelie. Yeah, just a little above half trigger. And that's going to give me about the distance, and it's going to see how well I'm doing with my short course Mojave. So we're going to hit stop, read, 54 miles an hour. Which isn't bad. I believe this is over 60 miles an hour if I can keep it down. So that's going to give me an average of what this field is. Now what I want to do is run diagonal from that corner and have run out over here. Even though I think the other way is longer. So I'm going to try a speed run this way, trying to avoid that sign and the guy mowing the lawn. So start, we're tracking. See, the longer field I have, I can slowly squeeze that trigger. Yeah, this isn't going to be longer. I can slowly squeeze that trigger and let the RC catch up with it, and the front tires won't balloon as bad from the power. So the lawnmower is going to be heading this way. We're going to go ahead and do a slow pull. I knew I was going to hit that stupid sign. I knew I was going to hit that stupid sign. Whenever you try to avoid something, you end up hitting it. I was like, nah, I'm going to be to the right or to the left of it. What are the odds of hitting the sign? Now this is going to be shorter, and it sucks. See how it says this area is closed? Hopefully I didn't damage my RC. I hit the brakes right before it. These things are pretty resilient. I saw it heading straight for the sign. I was like, oh, I better hit the brakes. I just wanted to hold that trigger a little longer. So stop. See, 57 miles an hour. If I could have just held it a little longer and gone through here, it would have been over 60. But that's going to test this field. I'm going to turn off the GPS to save battery life because there's not much battery left in it. And we're going to take it back, let it cool off a little bit. And I'm going to wait for this guy to finish. This field and that field, I believe, are the same size. And that's why I was trying to run from this field into that field. But I talked about it yesterday, is that traveling through this dirt area, and then you have all these meters or these access points to the sprinklers is what I think this is. You got to hit this, and then there's a transition up there. So that doesn't work either. But they do once a week keep it nice and groomed, and it's pretty flat, which I like. You just got to be careful of the dog poop, because it is everywhere here. So my goal is to hit other fields today to see if what I have in my GPS, if the field is any longer than this field. It's a way I don't have to pace it out with a measuring stick or a walking yard ruler. This just gives me an easier way to see if my short course truck, the speeds it's getting, because as you see, I'm pretty sure I can hit 60, 65 with this thing, because I still wasn't full trigger. That run there, I was 3/4 of trigger, but I had to let off early. A lot of people were saying, oh, you should get a Typhon and do an off-road speed run with it. But like I explained people before, the Typhon is definitely easier to do the speed runs. I'm taking a short course truck, which is the most difficult platform to try to hit 100 miles an hour with. The good thing with it is the Mojave is brutally resilient, just like the Sledge is. The Sledge is pretty resilient as well. The Creighton, the Typhon with the open wheels, on most of the crashes you're going to break off the wing, you're going to break a tire, you're going to break something on it. Where on my short course truck, if I do break it, it's usually very minimal. I'm not buying control arms, and the damage is very small. So, and then with the small wheels on it, with the small tires, they're not ballooning as hard. Do I need belted tires for it? I probably do. But I want to try to get as close as I can to 100 miles an hour on the factory tires, factory chassis, factory everything, with just some suspension changes and adding some weight. And I think we can get there, honestly, with the Mojave. Now, I am waiting for parts on the Mojave, and while I'm waiting for parts, I'm going to go ahead, hit up some parks. I'm going to check for distance. I'll be back here tomorrow because they are cutting this today, which is good. He's doing some mulching, so there is going to be a lot of grass on it, but that's okay. I don't think he's picking it up. But it's nice that this is Central Park in Santa Clarita, and they really maintain these grass areas, which is awesome. As you see, there's no catch bag on that, so all he's doing is cutting it down really low, that's why I like this park, is because it's maintained. It's cut very low for soccer, and it's relatively flat, so which will give you good speeds, just like a golf course. Now, people were saying, Earl, why don't you go to a golf course? I've been to 3 golf courses in my area. Most golf courses aren't straight, flat, and long. They're hilly with sand pits and water pits and holes for, of course, the golf ball, and flags everywhere, and signs and golf carts. So there's a lot of obstacles, and I haven't been able to find an area long enough to make a run. But that's what I'm doing today. Hopefully you're liking the content. 57 miles an hour out of, let me show you, my Sledge is pretty much stock. It's stock electronics. I have the upgraded pinion and spur that Traxxas recommends on the chart. I believe it's the smallest pinion and the biggest spur, or whatever they offer. The smallest spur and the biggest pinion I can stick on here for that gear ratio. My fan's not coming on for the motor, which is weird. I don't know if it was that crash or what. I'll have to take a look and see why my Game Changer fan's not coming on. But we're gonna go ahead and unplug this. But stock ESC, stock motor, Game Changer fan with the Basher Queen mount and fan by Game Changer. They both sell it. Voltage regulator in with the receiver. So, and then Traxxas upgraded gearing. And yes, I still have in the plastic support for the motor. My chassis, I've been beating up on this thing, is flat. I haven't broke this thing at all. I did bend it right here. As you saw, we hammered this back flat. And I love this thing. Custom painted body. I do have 2 more 6S packs with me so that I can test other fields. So we're gonna go down. I'm gonna hit some other fields, but that's gonna end today's video. So like, comment, subscribe. And while we're waiting on Mojave parts, those steering parts, we're gonna go ahead and hit some different fields and see if we can find a good spot to run the Mojave. But like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching. All right, I'm gonna try to hit this field real quick. He finished mowing. So 12 satellites, we're gonna hit start. Testing. Now yesterday I started off with the Mojave in this dirt area. Right about there. And that gives me the runoff over here. So we're gonna try to do that again real quick. It's nice and flat, freshly cut, but it is gonna leave a lot of grass inside the RC car. So what I like to do is where this pole is, I know no matter what, I'm not gonna hit myself. So I try to stand at the line of the stuff I don't wanna hit. And then hopefully I got my angle right and I can run it off here. He is in the shade over there taking a break behind those trees, but I think I'll hit the trees first before I hit him. So this should be far enough. I'm gonna climb this hill again and then do a little run. Here we go. Right at that little tree, so I had to let off a little early, but that's basically what I was doing with the Mojave. Stop, read, again 57 miles an hour. And the distance was only 922 feet, so about the same. That's a pretty short run. But remember, I did start from over there. So let's hit track, start. It's testing. Man, I don't like doing back-to-back runs, especially when that motor fan isn't working. But I'm gonna do it anyway. It's about 98 degrees right now out here. So I'm gonna try to bring it closer to me this time. There we go. Here we go, right at me. Up in a wheel stand. I'm going to complete the run. That way it'll measure the field exactly to where I'm standing to see my exact distance of what I have here. Fan still isn't on, so stop, read. 52 miles an hour before it went into a wheel stand. So that's good. Gives me a baseline. We're going to go ahead and turn it off now. So just wanted to add this footage at the end for those who watch the video complete. You guys, everybody knows after my videos are over, I always do a little extended video thing. I think it's pretty cool. And definitely don't, with speed gearing, you definitely have to have a motor fan on one of these things. I think my motor fan is jammed up. I remember the last time I ran it, I got rocks and debris in it and it was jammed up, and I don't think I took it apart to fix it. I don't know if it's got dirt in it or something in it, but I got to get that fixed before I hit the next park. So I'm gonna head over to Balboa Park. I want to show you guys that park, and then Handsome Dam, Sepulveda Basin, that area. So those will be the next videos. I'll show you those areas and see if the ground's a lot rougher. Nothing's really as flat as this, and the distance isn't as smooth. Gotta love the Sledge body. Unplug it. Same battery. Fan's still not working. Motor temp's still ice cold. And I do have the clips in for the battery. So there we go. Put this over here so it doesn't roll back and forth. Extend it little clip.